Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Steelers going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's head on down to Miami, where we'll hand it over to the two men calling our game. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to picturesque Miami, Florida. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. So Ajayi picking up some yardage, and last year only 187 yards as a rookie.
Well, Lamar Miller's gone to Houston. That opens up more possibilities for him. I think we'll see the full range of his game, running and catching this season.
Here's a carry for the fullback. That's Jerome Felton. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Tannehill now, they give to Ajayi. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And on your screen, the offensive starters, Jarvis Landry, a guy that we profile.
Love his game. Not only is he going to beat you with athleticism, he's going to outwork you as well. And look for him to hurt you also in the kick return game.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 53 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good first down call as the screen play gets them 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. And a look at the Steelers. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. And now a sneak, Tannehill. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Ajayi, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious stays a 6-0 game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the pickup. And it'll give the Steelers a first down.
I go all the way back to college with Le'Veon Bell. One of the better body transformations I've seen, from a big, thick power back to the guy we see now who can do everything.
And 2 years ago, of course, last year the injury, but 2 years ago over 1,300 yards. I think they think he can top that this year.
I don't think there's any question about it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover, because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
He completes it to Bryant. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They run with Ajayi. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 17 that time. And the Dolphins have a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Back now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Defense showing blitz. Now a quick give to the fullback Felton. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll see if they can pick it up here with a fullback Felton. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
380.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs.
That coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Well, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now it's Ajayi. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They come up in an offset eye. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier in there to sack him for a loss of 6. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will make our score 9-0. They had a long way to go. They started that drive at their own 3, and they scored 3 from it.
What an excellent job by an offense that could have very easily just said, okay, let's just take a few plays safe, punt the ball away, and play some defense. Instead, they found a way to attack and put themselves in position to put points on the board.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They try the corner route there, Charles, and it works to perfection.
Boy, that's hard on a defensive back, because if you get any faker move to the inside, you have to respect it, and then the receiver breaks back to the sideline.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop. 2nd down following the run.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I'm not sure how many people anticipated Le'Veon Bell being such a huge part of the passing offense when he came out of Michigan State. Remember how thick he was? A big, bulkier runner. Slimmed down since he got to the NFL, and that increased all aspects of his game.
Yeah, because 2 years ago, he caught 83 passes. Last year, 24, but then he had the injury. You got to think they're going to continue to get him more involved like they did there.
I don't think there's any question about it. He is an absolute game breaker with the ball in his hands.
He'll field this at the 5. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins' offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. To throw is Tannehill. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. With it is Brown. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Roethlisberger will throw. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And now it's 2nd down.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the 1st half.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On the stop that time, it's William Gay.
Well, they certainly got dented with that 1st down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Tannehill. Catch here, left side, Thomas. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Ajayi. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Now they'll give this one to the up man, Jerome Felton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
In the red zone this time. They come out here in the eye. First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. Look at the spin. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
Here's Tannehill. That's caught at the 3. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Derek Carrier, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go play action here on first down. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. He's got time in the pocket. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know?
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Ben on 3rd and long. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Let's go.
Here's a direct snap to Bell. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one. But they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now Roethlisberger finding time. He finds Coates complete. 23 yards on the play. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal. Defense digging in again here. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And that could get much better than this for an opportunity.
And this is going to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully. But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Bang! Wide, 20. Dagger! Dagger! Check 3, check 3.
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Double tight, double tight. Alert, alert. 3 on 3 on. Hey, blue 10, go.
Play action. It's Tannehill. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and now it's 4th down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And on 2nd and 10 now. They come out here in the eye. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
After the penalty, it's Bell. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the ball.
That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Now that play will end up on the highlights and you'll see it all over the place, but what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And a cutback to the sideline. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just falling behind him.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. He's got the second-year man. This is Devontae Parker. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st down, Tannehill. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. James Harrison, the veteran, in on the stop. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense. They come out here in the eye. Tannehill keeps on the sneak. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
There may be a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. This is Ajayi. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Play fake here on first down. He's got time. Drops it off to Ajayi. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Miami first down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Keith Marshall, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Yeah,
like an egg underhanded rule with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 55 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Handoff as they run the counter play. Muscles him off. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. They run again with a Ajayi. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. And here's Marshall. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. But other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
To throw is Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Tannehill, and his pass incomplete. They were trying to go to Marshall that time, and it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And now another one thrown incomplete. Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Dolphins are going to get a first down. time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Tannehill throwing again. And over the middle, this is Parker. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Tannehill going to throw it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
And that's a real risky play call to run it here with time being such a major factor. They need points here and fast.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And they will take a knee here. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Miami, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.